If you started working from home recently, or if you're just struggling to focus lately, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I started working from home just like many people did at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. It was a huge switch for all of us, and I personally had to adapt very quickly, as I'm sure many of you did as well. And even though it was difficult, over time I managed to fall into a work from home schedule that I now love. And so now I'd like to pass off to you my top 7 tips to working from home. Let's get started. And the first tip I have for you is to create a morning routine for yourself. This is the best thing I did for myself. And my tips for creating a good morning routine would be to get up at the same time every day, eat at the same time every day, and start work at the same time every day. You need some sort of structure to start your day. Otherwise, if I don't have any structure to start my day, I feel all over the place for the rest of the day. Having a morning routine that you love and is actually scheduled out and structured will really help you plan the rest of your day. And obviously there may be some other obligations that you have, like kids or something else, where this routine may not be possible every day. But since you work from home, luckily schedules can be flexible. Having a morning routine has really helped me set a better mindset for the rest of the day. I also recommend not looking at your phone in the morning if you can help it. Not being exposed to social media or a ton of other people's energies has really helped me improve my mood and feel more productive throughout the day. If you'd like to learn more about morning routines and try to create one for yourself, I have done a ton of blog posts on this topic, so I will leave a few of those links down below if you want to learn more about creating a morning routine that works for you. The second tip I have for you is write up a schedule for yourself. Once you have a morning routine, you want to do the same for the rest of your day as well. This can also be known as time blocking. I wrote up a schedule for myself, and it has been really helpful to figure out what times I work and what times I go to break. If you do end up writing a schedule for yourself, my biggest tip to making sure that you actually follow it is to stick it somewhere that you are always going to see it. I have mine hanging up next to me so that whenever I work, I can look at that schedule and see what I'm supposed to be doing at that time. And when creating your schedule, just know that you don't have to hit it to a T every single day. There are other obligations that you may have. You may not have the energy to do something, or you may want to switch it around a little bit and mix up your day. You don't have to follow your routine exactly the way that you wrote it every single day. Think of your written routine as more of a guideline, so that if you don't know what you need to do next, you will be able to follow this guideline so that you won't be wasting time trying to figure out what your next task is. And don't worry if you miss a work session. If you have your schedule out and you miss a work session at 3, but your next thing is scheduled at 3:30, when you sit down to work, you know exactly where you're supposed to be. So you can just jump back into your schedule as if nothing had actually happened. And then you can keep track of your day from there. And before I move on, if you're getting value out of this, make sure to let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel down below for more videos just like this. Tip number 3 I have for you is to shut out distractions. Now, distractions are a big part of working from home. Even if you're lucky enough to have the house to yourself when you work, there are still Netflix and social media distractions when you are working. So try to shut out as many distractions as possible. I'll be going over in the next step how you can make sure that chores isn't one of your distractions, so for now I'm just going to focus on technology as a distraction. Social media and Netflix are probably some of our biggest distractors. So make sure you work in a place where those are not going to be a temptation. If you have an office, make sure you work there, obviously, where you're going to be away from the TV and that distraction. Or if you work from your living room, make sure you don't have the TV on when you are working, and if you are doing something that is going to require your full focus, or if you find that it's going to distract you and you're going to stop working and just pay attention to the TV. And as for phones, my phone has a do not disturb mode and a focus mode, and those two are my favorite modes on my phone. I personally have an Android, so I don't know if all phones are going to have this, but the focus mode is my favorite feature on my phone. I do not get notifications from distracting apps from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. when I am working. And this is something that you can turn off if you decide that you want to have a day off or you want to check social media. But with focus mode on, you cannot even click on those apps. They will be grayed out, so you won't be able to use them. And I find that that helps me focus a lot more, knowing that I can't even access those apps. And if I want to take a break, I can access those apps on my desktop if I really want to. I was originally turning my phone off when I was working, but then I found myself wondering if I was missing important calls or texts and notifications that I absolutely needed to get. So if it is possible for you to turn your phone off, I recommend turning it off altogether or keeping it away from the space that you are working in. But if you're like me and you don't want to miss any important notifications that you need, you can use a focus mode or a do not disturb mode, so that way your phone is still on but not as a distraction. Tip number 4 is add room for non-work related tasks. So something that distracts you or takes up a lot of your time is wondering when you're going to do chores, when you're going to do the dishes, when you're going to cook dinner, or when you're going to run errands for the day. If that is something that distracts you, one thing that I have done is scheduled that directly into my day. So for example, I have a set time that I do yoga or work out every morning, I have a set time that I clean up my kitchen and do dishes, and I have a set time in my schedule that I cook dinner. And then when errands need to be run outside of the home, I work those into my daily schedule because, like I mentioned before, you don't need to follow your schedule to a T. So when I write my daily schedule and time block for my day, I add those errands outside of the home that don't need to be done every day into my daily schedule. That way you can relax knowing that you have a plan for when to do those things and you don't have to wonder when you are going to fit those into your day. And I find that that helps me focus a lot more, and it actually helps me get those things done instead of putting them off because they are in my schedule and I'd like to follow my schedule and check those things off of my to-do list. Tip number 5 is to take breaks. This might be a little hard to manage because we work from home, but it is important to take breaks throughout the day, and I have mine worked directly into my work schedule that I look at every single day. Even so, it can still be hard to manage. You could either be working so hard that you forget to take a break, or you are enjoying what you're doing so much that you forget to take a break, or it can be hard to come back from a break. This is something that is just going to take time to get used to. You have to have some discipline in your day when you work from home, especially if you are your own boss, because there really is no direct consequences when you stop working from home. You need to make sure that you have a balance, because you don't want to spend 8 hours a day looking at your computer, but you also don't want to take a 15-minute break and realize 2 hours later that you have not gotten off of your couch. This is just something that is going to take time and take discipline. So make sure you are doing your best to take frequent breaks, but also making sure that you have the discipline to actually come back from that break and keep working. Tip number 6 is to prioritize your day. What I like to do when I can't figure out what is most important and what I should do next is I like to write down all of the tasks that I need to do. Everything that I need to do, from chores, errands, working out, to all of my actual work. You need to get them out of your head and onto paper. And then you can look at those tasks and ask yourself these questions. Do any of these tasks have a deadline? Take the ones with the closest deadline and put those first. What tasks are going to take me the longest? What tasks are going to be the shortest? Creatively, what tasks do I want to do today? Will this fit in with my timeline, or should this be done later? And what tasks do I know I'm going to put off? It sucks, but sometimes the tasks that take the longest, or the ones that you don't want to do, are the ones that should be done first. Because I find if I see a task that I don't want to do, the longer I put it off, the longer it takes to do. So instead of procrastinating, I like to do those tasks first if other things don't come first with the deadlines and things like that. These 5 questions have really helped me prioritize my day in order of importance. Tip number 7 I have from you is get away from your desk to move or go outside. Similar to taking breaks, make sure you actually step away from your desk. Don't take lunch at your desk if you can. Make sure you go somewhere else to eat or to take your breaks. Give yourself a change in scenery throughout the day. Open the curtains and let the sun in, or better yet, go outside if you can. I always find that working out for 15 to 30 minutes a day has not only helped my body, but has helped my mind as well. And I feel a lot more focused after a workout. Do some yoga, do some meditation, do some walking, whatever it is that you can to get your body up and moving. Because it is obviously not good to stay hunched at your desk staring at a screen for 8 hours a day. And I promise you this will also help you focus and be more productive as well. So now let me know, what are some tips that you have for people who are just starting to work from home that I didn't mention on this list? Let me know down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, don't forget to like this video if you liked and subscribe to my channel down below for more videos just like this. And I'll see you next time. Bye!